And every time people ask, oh, that was a good idea, where I can find the person despite the organization leading that idea. So I thought it would be nice when we invite colleagues to share their initiative and so on and so forth. We organize an opportunity for them to have a 5-minute pitch. What this pitch would matter to them. First, for them to share idea, the scalable model, and whether they can tap on partner who are keen and attending this event. At the same time, you might be inspired that not only you yourself are working on that topic, other partners who have keen interest and innovative idea can also be your future partner. What's next is that we want also the development partner who are willing to provide support, to listen to good innovative ideas. So this way, it doesn't have to be with MI. It could be just among yourself, because at the end of the day, what matters is how we can work together to support the country in the region, how we can bring policy to implementation, how we can ensure that beneficiaries receive benefit from what we do. That is the idea behind the pitch. And I would like to encourage each one of you. Pitching is only part of the exercise. Follow-up talk, continue to exchange. You have some follow-up communication, and make sure that perhaps some good idea is emerged as a next round of partnership or innovation. So with this, I would like to thank everyone for joining. I have going around the exhibition, but I haven't yet really hearing the idea behind. And I hope you share with us. I won't be able to be with you, but I'm sure that there's some good idea by looking at the familiar faces sitting in the room. I'm sure you can believe me that you have some good idea. So with that, I would like to thank everyone. Just please make use of this opportunity to interact with other colleagues. You will hear completely, new ideas, and perhaps we might see ourselves working together after the Mekong Forum. And I hope you will enjoy it too. So with that, I thank and invite everyone to listen to the pitch and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sriyan Vichalakan, the Executive Director of Mekong Institute, and also for giving the background for this session. Actually, we started doing this in, I think, 2024. So this is the third year that we're doing this session, and it has grown into a session of its own. Before, it's just like an extension of the exhibition area, but now people cannot find other platforms to share their ideas, so we created this session precisely for that purpose. And yeah, so by design, the session is meant to be fast-paced. It allows us to feature more ideas and more organizations in a short amount of time. We are not expecting presenters to explain every detail, so please try to select what detail you would like to share with everybody. In fact, what the goal is to spark curiosity, inspire ideas, attract collaborators, and hopefully leave the audience wanting to continue the conversation after this 1.5-hour session. And that's why each presenter is given only 5 minutes. I'll give a gentle reminder once your 5 minutes is up. As for the presentation style, most of you sent us slides, but actually that's not required. You're welcome to present in your own way, or like a storytelling or whatever format. And then, yeah, so that's the assignment for the presenters. Now, the audience, we also have something to ask you to do. You're not just gonna be there to listen. On your seats are colored flags. Can you raise the set of colored flags on your seats if you have them, please? So you should have pink, green, and blue cards. So we want this to be a little interactive. After each presentation, we'd like you to give your immediate reaction by raising one of the flags as your reaction to the presenters, okay? Green means, I like this idea. I think it's relevant. It's relevant to my organization, to the initiative that we're doing. This is something that maybe I can already move forward with, and I need to talk to the person who made the pitch. Okay? Blue means interesting, but I'd like more information. Maybe it's not sold out yet to me, but I'm interested and I want to know more. Maybe I can have a brochure, a flyer, or get the number of the pitcher. And then pink means I think this idea is promising, but it needs to be further developed. Okay, so to encourage our organizations and presenters to go back to their initiatives and try to improve it. Right? So is that understood? Everybody understands how the mechanics work? If you understand, can you raise your flags again? Do you understand the mechanics? Right, thank you very much, great. Now we have 11 presenters across 4 thematic areas. We have Nexus Solutions to Transboundary Environmental Challenges. We have pitches coming from the Japanese group. We have Innovative Biocircular Economy Technologies. We also have Knowledge Platforms and Networks. And the last pitch group will be about Digital Innovations for Sustainable Development. Together, they showcase different approaches to tackling some of the region's most pressing development challenges. And as everybody listens, I encourage you not to look for great ideas, but also for opportunities to connect, collaborate, and continue the conversation after this session. So let's get started. The first group will be the Nexus Solutions to Transboundary Environmental Challenges. And we have 2 organizations presenting for this group. We have the International Rice Research Institute and RICOPSI. Apologies, Dr. Gans. I cannot recite the entire organization yet, but I'll get the hang of it later on. First, I will call on ERIE. They have the scaling the they have the initiative related to thigh rice straw management, and maybe some of you would like to help them scale it. I'd like to call Mr. Tanach Song Metakrit and Mr. Stefan Wensky to help us understand more about the thigh rice straw management. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Thank you, East, for setting the scene. So, it's starting. Okay. So my name is Stefan Wenske, and this is my colleague Tanat Sometakrit. We are from IRI, the International Rice Research Institute. Okay. And the institute operates since 1960. So for over 65 years, IRI is the research and scientific spearhead of rice cultivation. And within the last 25 years or 20 years, IRI also developed from a pure research and science institute to a full-fledged developer and implementer for international organizations and donors. So this is where we're heading. We are currently operating in 17 countries across two continents. And we would like to give you a taste of what we are doing on the ground. And we will present you 2 options in terms of rice straw management, what we are doing there. And I have my colleague to support us and to give us more details about this. So, Tanat, I would like to ask you, what are the pilots we are running right now? Can you explain more about them? We have 2 right now, and also where we operate these.
Yeah, thanks, Stefan, and thanks, MI, for the opportunities for giving us. Right now, the IRI Thailand, we have 2 pilots of this under Thai TCF. One is the compost. We're going to turn from the rice straw into the compost, the organic compost. The second one, we're going to do the straw incorporation, because in our research, we have conducted the research on the feasibility on the straw. The first one is the best for the rice farmer is incorporation, no cost for them much. The second one is bailing out and make it more valuable. Yes, fun.
Thank you, Tanat. So let's focus and zoom in a little bit on one of on those pilots, right? So first of all, on the composting. So how does this actually work, and where do we practice these pilots, and what are the implications from our first trial run we have conducted by now?
Yeah, We have the first off-site over in the central of Thailand, Suphanburi, Derm Bang Nang Buat, farmer groups. I call DBG. DBG. At the Derm Bang, we have the pilot of use the Erie compost turner. For doing the compost is really tedious, is labor intensive, and farmer in Thailand, this group, the average of the age of farmer is 58. So for this one, we have the technologies compost turner to turn. Otherwise, they have to use a lot of labor to turn it. So we promote them, teach them how to make a compost, make the organic fertilizer. And also, we build not only the compost, we build branding for them. We call DBG local branding for them for using this brand to the other products that they produce.
Thank you. And this also shows that mechanization is very important when it comes to rice straw management. So all kinds of solutions need a certain degree of mechanization. Which is a major challenge, but that can be solved. So let's quickly go to the second pilot we are currently conducting on the incorporation. So we incorporate also the rice straw in the field, which sounds quite common, but maybe Tanat, you can explain why this is a more sophisticated approach, what is special about it, what do we different to normal farmers' practices?
Yeah. For the GCF one that we're gonna have is a business model that we have to develop and promote this to the farmers in 21 provinces around Thailand. So it's come up that what we gonna do for the second business model that really practicing. So incorporation is the best for the farmer. We have many choices of the solution to do incorporation, but the best practice is right now in Thailand, we promote the microbial, put the water in after harvest and put microbial. But this is create a lot of methane gases. So we're thinking about what we're reducing incorporation and reduce the methane gas. This is we thinking about put it aerobic. Incorporation and aerobic. Incorporation is the best one. We use the good implement. The best one is mobile plow. Go deep and soil cover or the straw. The second one is if you comparing, you have a toothache or no teeth at all, congee or sticky rice. You prefer congee, right? Easy to consume. It's the same thing as microbial is gonna digest straw. If you chop, it's really fine. So the mulcher is the answer one. You chop it fine and incorporate to the soil, or make additional that you're gonna put the microbial into it.
Yeah, thank you very much. So Tanat, you see, as you explained, the rice straw that used to go up in smoke is now incorporated into the soil or is part of the business model of the farmers. It can increase income. It can reduce costs for farmers. At the same time, we also see the challenges and the trade-offs. So yes, we might solve CO2 emission, but we also have to be careful. But that at the same time, this kind of solution does not now raise methane emissions, right? So we have to be careful how to carefully implement those ideas and innovations on the ground. So I suspect the 5 minutes are over. So therefore, I would like to invite you to our booth to discuss more on our solutions. We have more innovations, but we are gradually implementing them on the ground in Thailand and also in the region. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kun Stefan and Kun Tanat. That's the International Rice Research Institute. And again, they have a booth outside, just right across this room. And they discussed about straw management. I think it's an important, I don't know, I don't want to lead the audience to a particular reaction. So maybe let me ask the audience first, what do you think about the straw management idea or approach or the method of Erie? Is it something relevant to you? Can we flash again the options? Is it interesting, or is it something that needs more, needs further development? Can you raise your flags, please? Okay, I'm seeing some green, a lot of green actually, and a lot of blue, and a few pink. So the pink ones, maybe you can inform them if you think it needs a particular tweak in their idea. We have a lot of green also. If you think this is relevant to you, you can approach them later and try to collaborate. I think that one is important approach in this region being the GMS and agricultural region, okay, the rice straw management. We also have another project with Erie, funded before by the MKCF. It's also on rice straw management, but they're using also mechanized approach, and they're using the rice straw for growing mushrooms. It's implemented by Erie, Erie, Vietnam, and Cambodia. So thanks again to our Erie team. Right, for the next one. So again, rice farming, agriculture, very relevant in this region, but another as important but maybe not as popular are the forests. It's another resource that maybe requires our attention. So for this one, I'd like to call on the Regional Community Forestry Training Center for Asia and the Pacific, their leader, their executive director, Dr. David Gans. Dr. Gans, please, and let's give him a round of applause. Dr. Gans, that's your timer over there.
Thank you very much. We're going to talk about forest fires, but in the context of this group, we should also understand that agricultural systems that depend on fire for removing some of these residuals also sometimes leaves the agricultural plot and moves into the forest. Similarly, we have livelihoods that depend on the use of forest fire as a traditional tool in the understory of many forests of Southeast Asia. I'm going to talk about a pitch deck in the next 4.5 minutes. This is an investor pitch deck, so there's a lot of text, and it's focused on the finance community that may be interested in funding community-based fire management revolving fund for the Mekong region. So what are the main issues? If you were part of the technical session 1, you'll understand that the fire issue is getting worse in this region. And it's not just the Mekong. So here we also have an example from the economic losses from the 2015 fires in Indonesia. And we're starting to see dramatic fire regime changes in Southeast Asia, and in particular the Mekong countries. We will see an increase in these land use-based fires by 50% in the next 75 years. So we need to prepare ourselves. Okay, we're not moving forward. Maybe someone who's in front can click it. Advance, please. Try again. Okay, thank you. The problem is not just the fires themselves. We can end up spending a lot of money if we take a centralized approach, such as what the United States or Canada or Australia has done. Ultimately, you can put a lot of money into fire suppression, into equipment, but the solution here in Southeast Asia, and in particular the Mekong, is a community-based approach. We know that these governments are not going to have those kinds of financial resources, and we need a low-cost solution. So community-based fire management has been something that we've been piloting, but the piloting has been sparse, and it has lacked the kind of funding investment needed. It's been heavily dependent on donor grants and government budgets, and emergency allocations really cannot sustain the kind of long-term investments that are needed for prevention, monitoring, and restoration, post-fire restoration. So we need to engage private actors. We need the private sector to be involved. So what we're looking at here is a funding facility. This is the phase 1, and we're going to be using a blended approach to bring in ODA grants to get this incubated and started up. But we ultimately need to approach agribusiness, the food and beverage businesses. So these are the large multinational conglomerate companies such as Olam, such as Nestle, or here in Thailand, AGE or CP. These are companies that have an interest in the land use sector. They're buying commodities from this sector, and ultimately they are concerned about fire because it's ultimately going to be the first loss in their commodity supply chain. So this first loss is really how we would catalyze private sector contributions, a cost share approach to build this facility, and then scale up from what has been very, like I said, sparse, small-scale CBFIM projects, develop a centralized MRV system for the Mekong countries, and ultimately attract phase 2 funding. So this really builds on an existing pipeline of CBFIM projects. Like I said, this has been heavily dependent on grants, and we know that this kind of approach has been very useful for educating policymakers on how the CBFIM approach can really scale. But the investment thesis is just a thesis. We need a cost-effective risk reduction service, and we need these various sectors to show up. The last sector that's on here is the insurance companies. We want to be able to attract, whether it's the health insurance companies or farmers insurance in the years to come, so that ultimately they are part of this fund mechanism. Last but not least, the second phase, if you look at the leverage ratio, we can start to leverage away from ODA grants and move directly into a capitalized fund where the CBFIM is a revolving fund. It has verification bodies that ultimately allow us to not only prove to the private actors that have been contributing to this fund that it will indeed work for the long term. At the bottom of all of this is the communities, the indigenous peoples, the marginalized communities, and if you want to take it one step further, the women and the youth that need to be a part of this process for it to work effectively. Last but not least, these are the proof points and the time frame. We feel that we can do this in about a 6-year time period, but we need that initial startup capital to get going. This is just a look at where this is actually touching down, and we are well positioned to deliver this CF3 program, and we're looking forward to working with all of you in the years to come. Thank you very much. I do not have a booth, but you are welcome to come up to me in the next day and a half. I'll be here throughout the afternoon and all day tomorrow. And I'm happy to walk you through this or share the pitch deck because I know there's a lot of details here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. David Gans from the Regional Community Forestry Training Center for Asia and the Pacific, or RECOPSI. So that's a very clear pitch. It's
You can just call us the Center for People and Forests.
the Center for People and
Yes,
Forest.
very easy to remember.
Okay, let's remember that, Center for People and Forest. And I think that's a very clear pitch. They're also looking for funding partners. I don't know if there's anybody from the MKCF here, not to put you on the spot, but MKCF people, maybe you can talk to Dr. David Gans later. So what do you guys think? Is it a pink card, a blue card, or a green card? Can you raise your cards now? Okay. So, Dr. David, a lot of pink card. Maybe they think we need to study more. Or on this side, on my right side, we have a lot of green. So maybe this one is more relevant to you, right? You can approach Dr. David Gans. Dr. David Gans, you can look on your left side. On your can you raise your cards again? We have green cards over here. So, yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Remember those spaces that you can come up to later. Thank you very much, the Center for People and Forest. Right, so that's the two presenters, two presentations for the Nexus Solutions to transboundary environmental challenges. They're not only addressing agricultural or forest problems, but also addressing maybe the climate crisis and other problems in this region. We are now moving to our next group, but before that, I'd like to just inform everybody that we are also live streaming this session on Facebook. So if you have your friends or colleagues who were not able to join, maybe you can tell them to tune in on our Facebook page. Now we're moving forward to our Japanese group. We have biocircular economy technologies. We'll start off with light-controlled biomanufacturing for biochemicals, a presentation by MII Bio by Yuki Ebina-san. Mi Bio, so that's how we pronounce it, Mi Bio. All right. Yuki-san, your 5 minutes starts now.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me today. I'm Yuki Ebina from Japan. We are the startup spun out from the University of Tokyo. We are a biotechnology startup. To simplify complicated our story and technology, we will creating the biochemical that through the biomanufacturing, using the microbe, the microorganism, and the sustainable biomass. So the conventional chemical manufacturing, as you know very well, we're using the petrol, the naphtha, to creating those benzene ring-based platform chemicals, which is very essential raw material for such as semiconductor materials. But on the other hand, we want to use the biomass, sustainable biomass, numerous biomass in the all the country near the Mekong River, especially Thailand. We have a cane sugar, of course, and cassava, cornstarch, like that. So we using those biomass to creating the benzene ring-based platform chemicals. We call the aromatics. So it's not only for decarbonization. As you know well, the Middle East problem, we faced on a really critical issue to supply the petrol from the Middle East to our Asian countries. So that's why biomanufacturing, we're thinking the biomanufacturing the only alternative to creating the chemical, essential chemical for the super engineering plastic, such as related with the semiconductor. So why me bio? So the problem is for the biochemical, you can easy to imagine the biochemical is super expensive right now. But our technology can reduce from the conventional method of the biomanufacturing 90% lower than conventional bioprocessing method. So that's why we can compete with the oil-based materials. The problem is the high cost of the biochemicals. We call the growth inhibition. Our target molecule, aromatics, is very toxic. So that's why during the fermentation process, it's difficult to, the growing more. The microbe is very difficult to grow in more under that kind of the circumstances. Our solution is very simple. Oh, I have 4 minutes more? No, right? Yeah. This is a technological challenges during the fermentation process. Our solution is very simple. It's not work. Yes. It's a very simple but very powerful solution. We segregate the two phases of the biofermentation process. Number one, the growth phase. The microbe just only focusing on the growing. And then switch on the light, go into the production phase after getting enough yield. So then we can get the enough amount of the final target molecule. So light solution is our technology. And then our future target is industry creation from the Asia to the other Asian country. So here is a sugarcane, very rich sustainable biomass feedstock. In here, it's not only in Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, the other country, Malaysia as well. So the Mi Bio to creating the biochemical to export to Taiwan, to Japan as well, to creating semiconductors. So Thailand first, we got a LOI with a major sugar company in here, and then working together for the future feasibility study right now. And then we recognized awarded in a site under NIA, National Innovation Agency. We got a prize just a few weeks ago. So we were creating those business model. It's not only in Thailand, of course, in India, Australia, the other Southeast Asian country. And then furthermore, we want to expand our business to Europe and the US as well. So supported by very experienced people, the fermentation is Japan's specialty. And also we have another synthetic biology specialist supported by those experienced people. That we are now, like now, just only 15 people, but in the future, more expansion, and it's not only in Japan. So I want to ask you if you're interested in our business. We want to create in a collaboration in the Mekong forum countries, and also the funding opportunity. So we are fundraised already at $10 million US, but more. We need more to expand. So I'm happy to talk with detail more. So please ask me later after I finish this one. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Yuki Yabina-san. That's the light controlled biomanufacturing for biochemicals. So during the first group, we heard about straw management being used for as a circular economy solution. Now, sugarcane. Okay, what do our audience think about the sugarcane being used as a biochemical? Anybody, can you raise your flags? Is it a blue, green, or pink idea? Okay, I see a lot of blue over this side, some pink, and then some green over here. A lot of blue. What's our blue again? Blue means I want to know more. So me too, I want to know because I forgot my chemistry already. So maybe that's something that I need to understand better, how sugarcane is being used as a circular economy solution. Thank you again to MiBio, Mr. Yuki Ebina, for that presentation. Now we'll move forward to IPs 223, is that the right way to say it? We're going to have Dr. Toshiyuki Yokoi for the valorization of disposal biomass for chemical production using biorefinery. Toshiyuki-san.
Okay, and hello everybody, and good afternoon. And my name is Toshiyuki Yokoi from Japan. And today I'd like to introduce two activities, okay? And the first one is activities as professor in the universities. So the title of this project is the valorization of disposal biomass for chemical production based on the biorefinery. So this project is, I'm collaborating with this project with Thai researchers, many Thai researchers. So we need waste biomass, okay, not biomass. We need just waste. Waste is okay. So we can convert this waste into the value-added chemicals based on our highly advanced catalytic technologies, right? So briefly, okay, so in this project, okay, this project is supported by Japanese and Thai government, especially in the JICA, all right? So we can collect the waste, okay, from Thailand and from the East Asian countries. So we can convert this waste into the more smaller fractions. Okay, after that, okay, we can apply our highly advanced catalytic technologies. So we can remove oxygen from biomass, right? So we can produce bio-naphtha and sometimes biobenzene. Okay, so our final goal is to introduce these technologies into Thailand and other Asian countries. Okay, so next is the activities as, how to say, the startup company is supported by our universities. So the name of the company is IP223, all right? 223 means we can convert the carbon number ethylene to carbon number 3 propylene, right? So this company is, okay, required bioethanol, right? But once we can obtain bioethanol, so we can convert ethylene. I think ethanol to ethylene, that is very, very popular process. But our companies can further convert ethylene to propylene. So you can see this ethylene to propylene, okay, chemical equation very simple, but it's very difficult, very challenging reaction process due to the very quick deactivation. But our company has very strong catalytic technology for this step. Then we can produce propylene And also we can produce sometimes aromatics, like BTX, and some naphtha component, and also SAF component. So, but we just still startup company. So in order to produce some chemical feedstock, so we need partners, right, in the worldwide. So that is just the model example of business model. So once we find a good, we meet a good partner, we may be able to establish some joint ventures, and we can produce some biochemicals, right? So in addition to the, how to say, ethanol conversion, I think our technology is applicable to C3 platform, right? So we can obtain ethanol for ethylene followed by propylene, okay? Propylene is further converted to longer hydrocarbon, C3, C6, C6, C9, something. So we can selectively produce SAF component. And also, okay, right. Okay. So we also a directly conversion of ethanol to our target product, propylene and BTX and some naphtha component. So because we have very strong zeolite catalyst technologies. Okay, so this is last slide. Okay, so I explained. Okay, we can convert ethylene to propylene. Okay, this technology is, I think, it can be installed into some cracker system. Okay, now there are many crackers. Okay, so we can improve the propylene selectivity by applying our technologies ethylene to propylene. Okay, yes. Okay, that's all. So anyway, if you are interested, okay, please contact me after this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Toshiyuki Yokoi, for the valorization of disposal biomass for chemical. I looked up what valorization means. It means, I think, the easiest layman's would be value adding. I don't know if you agree with that, just to make it more understandable for everybody. And I like one of their taglines, they said, a future free from fossil fuels. Is that right? A future, especially with everything that's happening in the Middle East. I think it's also relevant for other sectors, including agriculture, forestry, fisheries, and many other sectors in this region. So again, thank you, Dr. Toshiyuki. How about our audience? What do you think about that presentation, that technology? Is that something relevant to you, or you find interesting, or you think Dr. Toshiyuki's team need to go back and further improve it? We have a lot of pink over there, over this side, a lot of blue over here, so they find it interesting. So maybe approach Dr. Yokoi later to find more, to get more information, okay? And again, if our presenters have some flyers or brochures that you, if you brought some, you can also distribute to our participants, our audience later. Right, we're down to the last presenter in this group from Green Commons, presenting about the eco-friendly food value chain through organic fertilizer maker. We have Ayato Watanabe-san for this segment. Mr. San.
Good afternoon. My name is Ayato Watanabe, CEO of Green Commons, Inc. So thank you very much for the opportunity to present today. So we are building a next generation circular agriculture platform, precision agriculture powered by an ultra high-speed biofertilizer system. So next page, please. So let's start with the size of the opportunities. The global fertilizer market is projected to grow from 384 billion US dollars in 2024 to 543 billion US dollars by 2030. So within that, the biofertilizer segment is growing even faster from 16 billion US dollars in 2025 to 42 billion dollars by 2034. So please next page. But so the world faced to intervaried challenges. So add a food crisis driven by soaring chemical fertilizer costs and rapid population growth, and the greenhouse gas burden of conventional agriculture, particularly methane emissions from organic waste. So our project addresses both at once. So please next page. So we are using a unique brewing fermentation process. We have compressed the biofertilizer production cycle from the usual 26 weeks down to just 1 week. So please next page. So because methane has 28 times the warming impact of CO2, so cutting the fermentation time, this dramatically also cut methane emission to just 1/26 of the conventional process. So at the scale of the 100,000 chicken operation, that translates to roughly 600 tons of CO2 avoided per year. So equivalent to the annual carbon absorption of about 15 hectares of forest. So we don't just have a compelling story, so we have data. So in our own field trials, crops grown with only our organic fertilizers as input, zero chemical fertilizers, zero pesticides, zero added environmental burden, reaches 1.5 times the national average yields in Japan. So please next page. So in standard commercial use, our fertilizer cut chemical fertilizer use by 30%, fully maintaining yield by dramatically activating soil microorganisms. And it turns unused regional resources, chicken manure and rice husk and rice straw, into a valuable premium input. So this is not concept. So it's already running. So this high efficiency biofertilizer system is already operating across Japan and at 2 factories in Vietnam, with demand growing worldwide. So to scale this globally, so we're looking for 3 types of partner: OEM manufacturer to produce our biofertilizer machine, and biofertilizer distributors, and plant and livestock farmers, and food processors to collaborate on resource recycling and value chain integration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Watanabe-san, for that presentation on eco-friendly food value chain through organic fertilizer maker. I know a lot of organizations in this room and maybe in other sessions as well are working on rice farming, agriculture, livestock. So what do you think? Is this organic fertilizer maker something that you think you can study or adopt in your initiatives? Can I see your cards, please? Okay, I see PO raising a green card, thinking maybe GIZ have related initiatives, some green cards, and pink cards at the back. Over here are blue cards and 4 or 5 green cards. Okay, so can you, do you remember all the faces? What did I say? Right, thank you very much. So that wraps up the first 2 batches of our presenters. Can you give everybody a round of applause? Okay. Before we continue to the remaining 6, may I ask everybody to please stand up? Okay, because I know this session we can feel a little sleepy this afternoon. Just a quick stretching for everybody this afternoon before we move on to the last 6 presentations. Okay, can you stretch your hands up, please? Hands up, everybody. And then on your right side. Right side. And then left side, please. And then maybe twist your body on the right side. And then on the left. Okay, then shake your hands. And then you may now take your seats. Thank you very much. Okay, I hope you can still last for the last 6 presentations. We're moving forward to our knowledge platforms and networks. We have 3 presentations for this batch. We're starting off with this is a personal favorite because this is my project. We have the Regional Public Health Laboratory Network presenting on their pool of experts, leveraging regional public health laboratory expertise for emergency preparedness. We have Mr. Kenneth Temtirirat from the Department of Medical Sciences, Ministry of Public Health here in Thailand. So, Kenneth, please. So, Kenneth, your timer starts when you step on the stage. You're going to use the podium. Okay. Okay.
Test, test. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone, and sawadee krap. So I would like to begin by asking you to imagine a situation. So a new infectious diseases emerged along the Mekong River, and within days, it crossed national boundaries. And at the same time, laboratories are racing to identify the pathogens, investigate food and water risk safety, and provide the precision, reliable data for public health decisions. And I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Kenneth. Actually, I'm from the RPHL network, the Regional Public Health Laboratory Network, and also from the Department of Medical Sciences, Ministry of Public Health, Thailand. Okay, now here is the question. So where do we find the right experts, and how quickly can we connect them to the countries that need them? So across, the truth is that our regions does not lack the expertise. But across the region, we have outstanding specialists in laboratory. But the real challenge is that it's not the expertise, but the challenge is connecting expertise when it matters the most. That is exactly the problem that we are trying to solve. So today, health challenges do not respect boundaries. Disease outbreaks, food and water contamination, antimicrobial resistance, climate-related emergencies. So all require rapid collaboration among countries. But the expertise often remains scattered across the institutions and national boundaries. And countries may know what support they need, but not always who can provide it and how to engage them quickly. And imagine if every country in our region could immediately access a trust, I use the word the trust network of laboratory experts, not months later, but when the need arises. And that is the opportunity that we see. So the Regional Public Health Laboratory Network or the RPHL network is building exactly that, not simply another professional network and not just another training program, but a living regional knowledge platform that transforms expertise into action. So our approach has three interconnected components. The first one is knowledge sharing, where experts continuously exchange experience, good practice, and innovation through community of practice and regional learning activities. The next one is expert matching, connecting countries with trust subject matter of experts and based on their technical needs. And then the last one is technical assistance, enable peer-to-peer learning, peer-to-peer support, mentoring, training program, and regional collaboration. So together, these components create something much more valuable than a directory of names. They create a trust mechanism for regional cooperation, built on long-term partnership and share experience and mutual trust. And this is not just an idea, it is already happening. So through our Global Laboratory Leadership Program, we have strengthened laboratory leadership and developed regional trainers who continue building capacity within their own countries. And the regional training program on biorisk management, laboratories from different countries work side by side together, learning from one another and strengthening biosafety and biosecurity system together. And across the region, we continue supporting the peer-to-peer learning, technical exchange, and collaborative initiative that connect expertise with a country requesting support. And this experience demonstrates an important lesson. It is when knowledge is shared through trust regional partnership, every country becomes stronger and the region becomes more resilient. So today, our regional expert roster include 172 subject matter of experts, covering areas such as laboratory quality management, biosafety and biosecurity, genomic surveillance, lab leadership, external quality assessments. This is more than a list of experts. It is a regional capacity that can be mobilized. It is South-South collaboration in action. It is a community of practice ready to support countries in strengthening preparedness and responding to future health emergencies. So today we invite governments, development partners, academic institutions, and regional organizations to work with us. So join us to expand this platform. Join us to connect more experts and help us strengthen regional preparedness together. Because the next emergency will not wait for us to build new partnerships. So let's make sure that expertise move faster than the next outbreak. And if you want to learn more about us, my team are willing to welcoming you outside at our booth. So visit us there. We are happy to respond to your question. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kenneth, from the Department of Medical Sciences, Ministry of Public Health, representing the Regional Public Health Laboratory Network in Asia Pacific. So actually, an interesting information about RPHL. Their organization started in 2019, maybe 3 months just before the pandemic hit. So it was kind of timely, but maybe a few months late before the pandemic happened. Any organization here who works on public health or disaster preparedness or health emergency? Any hands over there? I see Dr. Alex. One hand over here. No? So those two? Okay, so yeah, but maybe you guys are interested in public health. What do you think about the Regional Public Health Laboratory Network, their pool of experts? Is that something relevant to you or something you're interested in? Can you raise your cards, please? Okay, we have green flags over here. So, Nietzsche, can you take some photos and report to Kunjin? And then we have blue cards over there. All right. Thank you very much, RPHL. And again, they have a booth outside if you want to know more. Right. So from public health preparedness or public health emergency preparedness, we're now moving on to knowledge networks. We have two presentations from the GMS Knowledge Network. We're going to start with a representative from the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment from Lao PDR, Dr. Fonbilay Sinavong, presenting on a policy brief about regional cooperation from premium rice value chain. So we're going back to rice again, but this is a policy brief. Dr. Fonbilay, the stage is yours. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am a representative of the group of the researcher in GMS country, where the region have a lot of good things, including the rich biodiversities and some of the best quality of rice in the world. In our regions, as a research, we found the truth and evidence that our region have the high potential for make more progress on the inclusive, sustainable development as the regions. Why? The evidence showed us from a decade, Cambodia and Thailand already export some rice to EU. Vietnam, China, Yunnan and Guangxi also have good rice. But in some countries, we have some limitation. But as a region, we want to go together. We share common goals. We share many things in these regions. In order to do so, to export this rice, there's a lot of things that our region need to do, including to improve the quality of our products and maintain what we have. For example, the GI of the product of the GI that we have. This is what we're proud about. what we turn it to be opportunity to make income for our farmers. In order to do so, putting ourselves as a commodity who have good thing, good product to sell, there is another side of the world that need our products, like EU, China, or even within our ASEAN country. Because economy is grow, people need more food, better quality. They have money, we have products, but how we can do that? So first thing, again, we need to be a group and to work together. But how to make it happen? We are lucky. ADB, MI, GMS have a lot of things already done as a framework. If you have a chance to walk around to the booth, there are many frameworks, innovation framework, many things, and even existing project. In front of the room, we have the existing project from China. It's about enhancing digital innovation ecosystem funded by China and working with MI. Those kind of things become enabling environment of our GMS country to develop this happen. However, what is really the tool to make this happen, to make all the stakeholders to work together? As an entry point, we propose that we have Kunming strategy. This can be a heart of our collaboration in the future to ask for the support from the development partners, from university, from investor, from scientists to work together to bring this happen so that more than 50% of our people can engage in this development very inclusive way. And the income can go directly to the rural farmers and the livelihood can be improved. We cannot make it happen by today or tomorrow, it takes time. That's why we need to think about now how we can move forward. And the environment is there, policy framework is there, market is there, and farmer ready to produce, but we need the support from all of you. So again, we would like to keep this proposed idea from the researcher side to turn our evidence to remind the commitment of the leaders to take the action what they already committed through the ASEAN platform to many big meetings around the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fonvilay Sinabong from Lao PDR, presenting on a policy brief by the GMS Knowledge Network. It's about regional cooperation for premium rice value chains. Anyone here from government ministries in the GMS? Can you raise your hands? Anybody? Yeah, or maybe those working on rice. We've seen a lot of presentations on rice farming already. Yeah. No ministries or agencies from GMS. Maybe they are in the other sessions. But what do you think about that policy brief? Again, that's a policy brief by the GMS Knowledge Network, and maybe this can be carried forward by some of you, especially those working in the government. What do you think about that policy brief? May I see your colored cards? Is it relevant to what you're doing right now in this region, or do you find it interesting, or you think it's something that needs more further development? Okay, we have a lot of pink and blue and maybe 2 to 3 greens. Okay, so maybe Dr. Von Vilay's team needs to revisit that policy brief as well. And I think we have copies of the policy brief, right? The GMS Knowledge Network has a booth also outside. And Miat, can you raise your hand? So if you want to know more about the work of the GMS Knowledge Network, you can also approach Miat and our ADB partners. Now, another policy brief on agriculture, but this time it's about a knowledge hub for better collaboration in the agri-sector, to be presented by Dr. Nguyen Dinh Tho from the Institute of Strategy and Policy on Agriculture and Environment from Vietnam. Dr. Tho, please. Your 5 minutes starts when you step on the stage.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for providing the opportunity to pitch for our idea on the GMS Agri-Food Knowledge Hub. And as you know, that in our region, we have a 271 agroecological initiative map, and most like the cross-border coordination. And that's why our team focus on establish the hub of hub, so that we can share information, share best practices, and share the data so that we can utilize for the whole regions. And we have a lot of research redundancy that we repeat a number of the same research, and we do not know that already exists in the region. And that's why we want to have the hub of hub so that we can share the data together and use the data together. And for that purpose, we can see that if we do not have the action to mobilize resources and to have the hub of hub, so that our researcher, our businesses, our students, and our farmer can share the information together. And in order to overcome the non-tariff barrier that has been established by our partner. You know that the European Union has established the European Deforestation Regulation and also the CSRD, the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, and the CSDDD, that is a Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directives, and also the CBAM, the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. All of the regulation focus on requiring we should have the product tracing, or another word, we should have the digital passport for our agricultural products. And that's why we need the coordination between GMS country in order to help the farmer, the small and medium enterprise, to be able to have the tracking system so that they can provide the evidence of their product origins. You know that establishing a system like the applicable app on the mobile phone or on the Android would be very expensive for the single farmer and for single small medium enterprise. But we work together, we can share the same platform, and everyone can enjoy the initiative, and they can we can help them with the tracking system and help them to prove and to overcome the non-tariff system established by our partner, the trading partner. And with that, we propose that we should have the hub, and this hub should be the hub of hub, that combining the hub that we already have in our partner country. And if we can establish a hub, it will be able to align research agenda, to mobilize resources, to establish the knowledge cluster, and to standardize data interoperability and facilitate the technology transfer. And for this hub, we try to design it to be neutral, to be open, to be multi-stakeholder co-creation. That means the user will contribute to the data, and everyone can use data by standardization of the data and sharing the data so that we can have the same platform and the same type of data, that everyone can use data for business, for research, and for creating ideas. And for that, we established the 4 knowledge clusters, focus on climate resilient cluster, smart agriculture cluster, and AI digital tech cluster that include low additive economy, and also the digital twin. And we also established the supply chain, that is the market literacy packaging. And we propose the Mekong Institute will be the focal point for our hub. And that's our roadmap and cost can be presented here. For the 9 months, we already work on this, and we can have the preface to feasibility study. It will cost about $800,000 US, and the phase 1 setup and launch will cost about $1 million US. Phase 2 will cost about $3.6 million US, and phase 3 will cost about 3.6 million US dollar. Altogether, it's about 9 million US dollar. But the benefits that we can get from this is much higher. We calculate it's about 3.6 billion US dollar in terms of sharing the information, streamline the trade and investment, and the ratio of benefits to the cost will be about 346 or close to 350. And that is why we recommend this strategic action. That is, we should have the support from multi-donor like IDB and the government within the GMS country, and we should share the platform standardized and financing together to support the small farmer and small medium enterprise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tho from the Institute of Strategy and Policy in Agriculture and Environment, Vietnam, presenting on the GMS Knowledge Hub idea. What caught my attention there is the reduction of duplication, because a lot of organizations are already working on similar things, similar initiatives, so they want to harmonize knowledge, put them in just one place so everybody knows that this particular initiative is already existing. Yeah, so what do our audience think about that policy brief? Is it a pink, blue, or green card for you guys? Can you raise your cards, please? Okay, blue cards at the back. Pink over here, so maybe not so relevant to the people on this side yet. And then we have some green over there. Right, thank you. And again, if you have, if you want to know more about that, those policy briefs, you can go to their booth. They have a GMS Knowledge Network booth outside, just right across this room. Okay, so we've just finished the third batch. We're done with the group that tackled or that presented Nexus solutions to transboundary environmental challenges. We also listened to our Japanese colleagues about bio-circular economy technologies. And we've just finished the presenters from the knowledge platforms and networks. Our last group will be about digital innovations. And we have last three presenters for this session. So I hope you guys continue to tune in. We're going to start off with GRAC Technology, JSC. Mr. Nguyen Trong Min presenting on digital municipal waste management. Mr. Nguyen, the stage is yours. A round of applause, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Minh Nguyen. I'm CEO founder of GRAC Technology based in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And we are provide digital infrastructure for in waste management and recycling. And today I will introduce municipal waste service for the Mekong City. Currently, in this program, we introduce digital municipal waste management for Mekong City, and our platform will connect local authority, local government, waste operator, waste collection company, and household and citizen. Our platform includes a lot of features, includes register waste sources, manage collection and complaints, and trade fee and local performance. You can see regional challenge very common in the Mekong region. Municipal waste services are fragmented and lack shared data. Different actors, different system, and no end-to-end visibility. Example, local authority often manual report and split data, limited visibility, and waste operator often use phone, paper, order, no real-time data tracking collection, and have to report to government. So waste, municipal waste and recyclable. Informal sector is a key factor in recycling value chain. So they know digital record on verified waste, and citizen household, they unclear service and have to report issue and low engagement. And so we provide one platform connecting municipal waste service chain, includes we can connect local authority, waste collection company, and collector and citizen in one platform. Which platform we easy to have a dashboard and easy to reporting and have a lot of feature. Example, waste registry, contact and fee monitoring, complaint oversight, and household and individual easy to book a collection schedule for the collection company come to pick up the waste they generate. Yeah, and in Vietnam, we already collaborate with 270 local government and help them manage more than the data of 1 million households. And our platform can engage more than 110 NGO and collaborate with Unilever, PepsiCo, Ecogas family, and we help them trace, verify plastic after use, customer use, and especially in Tanzania, our platform engage 1,200 informal white workers in platform, and we support for them PPE, insurance, and safety training session. And I think the platform is very aligned and suitable with the Mekong City. And today I propose a practical pilot for 1 or 2 Mekong City, start with 3 core modules. Waste strategy. The second is collection and complaint tracking. It means that the citizen can send the feedback, issue resolution from the collection to the local government and waste collection company. And the waste collection company easy to manage fee and local reporting and local performance. And the pilots deliverable includes the digital waste and service registry and can digital workflow for complaint and service tracking and track how the city move from fragmented waste service to data-driven management. And I think with the collaboration with its own member in here, the people not through track to the river and not and we have the city with the greener and more efficient and more cleaner. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nguyen Thong Min from the React Technology JSC. That's a presentation on using digital innovation or digital technology for municipal waste management. So a lot of presentations, aside from the organizations or the initiatives focusing on rice. I think 2 to 3 presentations are also working on waste management or turning waste materials into something else. So it'll be useful. So thank you for that presentation, Mr. Nguyen Trong Min. How about our audience? What do you think about that technology? Is that something that you can adopt in your organizations or communities? Let me see your cards. Green on this side. People at the back, they think that the presentation is interesting. PK wants to wants the team to look into it further. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating. Now, our second to the last presentation, again under the Digital Innovations Group, we have Mr. Ovakon Kopkokham. Okay, I hope I did not butcher the name. Sorry, na. Digital innovation for MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises. Mr. Opakon, please. A round of applause for Mr. Opakon.
Thank you. Sabadi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Opakon, or you can call me Jim. So I am the managing director of XM Technovator. We are the leading accelerator and incubator based in Lao PDR. And another position is that I'm also representing the Department of MSME Promotion, Ministry of Industry and Commerce, because we are working alongside each other, having the same goal of promoting and supporting MSME based in Lao PDR. So I think the innovation today that I would like to share is very close to my heart and also many of you. For example, like supporting green businesses across the region. But first of all, let me give you a little bit of a context about Lao PDR and some of the green businesses. As you can see from the pie chart here, up to 94.2% of the businesses in Lao are micro businesses, and only 4.9% are considered small enterprises. So as you can see, a lot of the majority of the businesses are actually micro and medium enterprises. And with this, we have very unique positions. A lot of the micro businesses are actually green businesses, like for example, agriculture, ecotourism, or even forest-based products. So these green businesses are very small, but it is actually very in a big group where they can also scale and also adopt new technologies, for example, climate tech. So after working with these green businesses for 6 years, we have identified 5 key pain points for MSME in our PDR. So first one is that they have very low visibility. So green MSME are hard for investors, buyers, government, and partners to find, especially outside of major cities. Secondly, they have weak investment readiness. So many MSME are not well prepared. They have still a lot of needs for funding, and also they have lack of financial records and also business plans. Thirdly, there are still fragmented support. So support is spread across incubators, government programs, donors, investors, and buyers, but there is no shared system to match each MSME with the next step. And fourth one is the impact is not measured clearly. So green businesses create benefits such as jobs, waste reduction, sustainable sourcing, and community income. But these results are often not captured in a simple, comparable way. And last but not least, there are limited trust and verification from the ground. So from the nature of our business, XMT, we have worked quite closely with identifying startup ecosystem map. So we have partnered with Ministry of Technology under the Ransang Mekong Cooperation Special Fund. We also are developing a lot of the business support stages from idea stage up to scalable stage. And then we have identified some key components. Also, with the role of those map, Department of SME, they have been working quite closely with supporting MSME, especially they have created the innovation center called MSME and Startup Innovation Center, partner with the KOICA. So with this partnership, we see that there is a big opportunities that we can propose a solution. So our solution here, we call them Green MSME Digital Passport. So the purpose of this passport is that it is a digital passport for green MSME, where each businesses receive a digital passport that shows where they are, where they operate, what they produce, what green impact they create, and what support they need, and also whether they are ready for investment, grants, buyers, or technical assistance. So how does this innovation helps? It actually helps business to link with other businesses in the Mekong region and also link to the supply chain. Secondly, investor can also identify clear and investable businesses, and also it has been help with the verification from the ground. So how does this work? Firstly, the initial data set of the green MSME will be collected and also supported by our incubation program. Each year, we support around 30 to 50 businesses every year. As you can see from the map, they are from many provinces. And then after that, Green MSME Digital Passport will be identified and also matched with the financial institution. So what we learn from financial institutions is that we learn about the conditions and the requirement for MSME in order to get access to those funding. And then we transfer those conditions into our own measurable impact measurement and also investment readiness measurement in this platform. And then after that, these businesses will be verified throughout our incubation program and acceleration program. Yes. So I want to give you the last point. So if you can turn, for example, local businesses that doing a lot of the traditional businesses can scale by using climate tech. For example, in Laos, we have very strong, emphasis on energy, especially we are one of the biggest wind farm and also solar farm and hydropower. We can scale much more and also attract a lot of investors to the country. So I just want to give you the last point. So we want to position MSME across the GMS countries so that it can be Asia trusted hub for sustainable business, inclusive growth, and climate smart innovation. So please join me and also call for your support, and hopefully we can connect. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kun Opakorn, for that presentation. It's a digital platform for MSMEs. Okay. Again, if you want to know more about this digital innovations, they also have a booth outside, the Digital Innovation Ecosystem booth, co-organized by the Mekong Institute and also the People's Republic of China. Our last presenter, finally, from the home country, or sorry, I forgot. They reminded me. Is that presentation or is that digital platform something relevant to your organizations or your communities? Can you raise your cards, please? Okay. PK, why do you always raise pink card? And then over there we have pink cards also at the back. Some green and blue here. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. And by the way, before I call the last presenter, please do not take home the cards. We're going to use them again in the future, so we don't have to create another set. Thank you very much, guys. Our last presenter from the host country, actually from where Mekong Institute is headquartered as well, Konken. From the Konken Chamber of Commerce, we have Mr. Pakpum Patanesetanon about the Konken Digital Valley. Mr. Pakpum, please. A round of applause, everybody, for the last presenter.
Yeah, let me try. Okay, that's good. Okay, I didn't expect that I'm the last one, by the way. Okay, hello everyone. And I am Pakpum Patanesetanon. You can call me Tang, by the way. I am a vice president of Chamber of Commerce of Konkan. And we have a project named Konkan Digital Valley. Right now, this project is our province project already. We have been work with this one for 2 years already. Right. We want to be regional digital catalyst and gateway to GMS, the last phase of us. Okay. The core problem of us and the visions, the problem is Isan is full of talent. We said that Isan, right? We start with a small step, right? Isan is full of talent, but lack local opportunity. We don't have economy. We don't have a system in Isan that can take a student and can take everyone to work with us. And our ultimate goal to dominate the digital economy opportunity to GMS market. Our vision is we want to transform Konkan from a labor source to innovation hub of the Mekong and provide the top tier talent retention. Right. Sorry. The unfair advantage. Why Konkan? Because I told you that we want to start with a small step. We can't make the same time as a big target. Why Konkan? The mode. Unmatched expertise in localizations, right? We have many of different type of business and different behavior. not so easy to come in. But just only local people and local business can work together. And the main things of why Konkan is our spearhead by Konkan Chamber of Commerce. This one you can, when you go to another province of Thailand, right? We have many of sector to drive the province, but they work not really really tough. They work not really closely like Konkan. That's why Konkan again, because we are private sector and we work with government sector. We work really close to small, to medium, to the big of the private sector too. We want to have a city digital infra platform. 3 cases: we have service, we have industry, we have agriculture to be our really revenue into the province. Our service, for example, AI analysis, why consumer behavior for highly target data-driven marketing, right? And all of this one, we can make up some platform to link about data together. Or in the end, when every sector of this one, they use the data together, look about the power, right? You don't need to speak about AI anymore. AI is the top tier, but the real data is real things that the AI can process it. Even the government can't come to the really small data like us, right? This project, we try to link the final things that we expect, we link data together for the whole of sector in Konkan, right? The risks about PDPA and the regulation. We found this problem because we just only a province and we can't change any of regulation in Thailand. It's about you can see that this one is not really involved to digital things. It's about trusting. When for example hotel, you are the owner of the hotel, right? If another of hotel, if you don't trust each other, you can't share data together. So the activity of us the most is about we need to have some activity to let them trust each other. But right now we take advantage about this one already, right? Our opportunity is a massive need for delicate server infrastructures. From the first day, then we work with some government department like EDA, like DEPA, like BDI in the morning that you see that. BDI is come from Big Data Institute. They have the same target as us. They make a whole country about export. But in Konkan we make KK export too. It means we don't correct any data to the center, right? The data is belong to you. But we build up the road, we build up the way. If we are in the center, if some investor come to us, they can use API to plug in and use our city data. So we work in this project by agile execution. So we want to have a quick win about 6 to 12 months after this. We try to change our SME, our private sector, to be a digital partner and to use ERP system, small one. Our plan B, if government don't support us, our private sector, we want to invest ourselves. We want to execute B2B data connection to generate immediately economy value, right? So every project in this country, I can say that, and whatever I found the project so far, the main thing, the main problem, the main challenge is they don't have really the right business model. So as we are KKCC and we are private sector here, we need our revenue too. So our revenue, we try to create some API connection, and every transaction we cost it. Because if one day if government don't like me, don't like us, it means they abandon me directly. They stop to pay us. I agree. We need it really. Small ROI, investing in return from foundation in infrastructure and scaling local tech startup into the GMS. Okay, CTA, what we want. To the Thai government, we request strong policy backing and authorizations for Trust Sandbox. Right now, we got some a little bit things already. To international investor, we invite you to become our infrastructure partner and utilize Konkan as your gateway to Indochina. Right. If the last sentence that I want from you guys. Oh, but I have some guy there. You can connect me, by the way, because we have our booth in there if you need our more information, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pak Hum, Vice President of the Konkan Chamber of Commerce. So that's an example of the private sector taking the lead also and using digital innovation to drive growth also outside of the capital city. In this case, Konkan, where MI is also headquartered. Usually we hold the Mekong Forum in Konkan. I don't know if some of you are familiar or have been to Konkan, but sometime maybe visit us over there in Konkan City. Thank you to again to Mr. Pakum. That's a very Konkan-centric innovation, but what do our audience think? Is it something that is it a good idea? What do you think? Is it a green, blue, or pink card? Can you raise your cards for the last time? Okay, so maybe even if it's for Konkan, we still see some blue cards over there and green cards. Blue and green cards over here, but a lot of pink as well. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for participating. And again, a round of applause to all our presenters, please. A big round of applause. Thank you so much to all the presenters from the Center of People and Forest, from Erie, from our GMS Knowledge Network presenters, from our Japanese colleagues, and from the Digital Innovation Ecosystem team. Thank you for your time and for joining us in this session. For those who are also tuning in online, thank you for watching. And you can also watch this, play this again to see how you perform or how you presented for this session. We have snacks outside, but before you go out, maybe please approach or try to meet new people and connect with each other. I think some of the presentations here have a little bit of connection with the other presentations. So maybe you would like to know more about each other's initiatives. And then tomorrow, I don't know who are joining the Mekong Forum plenary, but we are starting at 9 a.m. So please be here before 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you very much, everybody, and see you again in the other sessions. Thank you very much. And again, please visit the booths outside. We have the booths of the GMS Knowledge Network team, RPHL Network, Digital Economy Ecosystem,